Hello, good morning. I'm just about to have a video call, a Zoom call, so I thought I would check in a few minutes. Keep it short. You don't have time to waste. A thought came to me this morning as my daughter sped out of the door. She's 16 now, and she just gets up on her own, goes to the bathroom, washes her face, and gets dressed, out of the door, gets chewing gum before she goes out the door. She doesn't have breakfast, which is something I have to deal with, but she's out of the door. And I remember when she was a toddler, how difficult it was for me to get her to school and to get her out the door. I would often put her to bed at night fully clothed, because I knew full well the next morning she would have a tantrum, start screaming and shouting, not wanting to get dressed. And shoes, forget the shoes. She'd sometimes go barefoot on the pushchair to school because she just would refuse me to put her shoes on. Oh, I don't know how I did it, but I came through it. Here I am. I survived. I've got the T-shirt. And I was thinking, how do we persuade or we manage a child or a student in class who is not cooperating? No matter what you do, they will not cooperate. Think about it. Maybe write a thought below, maybe a situation that an experience that you've had. Let me talk about little Johnny in the 5th class of a primary school, local primary school, who has now gone to middle school. So I'll see him there probably next year. A little Nigerian boy who could speak English, because they speak English at home. So English is also second language or an additional language. I would come into the class and very often he was kind of like this, with his forehead on his hands, sleeping, totally oblivious of what was going on, passive, not doing anything, no matter what I did. Slap on music, make them do group work, ask them questions in English. Glazed look in his eyes. He just looked sick. Just zoned out completely. That most times when I went into that class, he would be like that. But there was one time I went into the class and he wasn't at his desk. He was in the front of the classroom with another couple of students, with this amazing teacher. I'll call her Anna, okay? And he was a different person. And I was trying to think, what's happened here? The lesson was about the environment. It was going to be a CLIL lesson, which is content and language integrated learning, which means you teach another subject in English. And this was a scientific theme about the environment, about keeping your environment, about protecting the environment. And the teacher had brought in a bag of rubbish, literally a bag of rubbish. It was piled high. And she'd asked little Johnny to pick out different items from the bag and show them to the class. And she asked him to say the objects, the word in English. Of course he could. So there he was, and he had a fluorescent jacket on just to show that he was like cleaning up the environment. Like a dust man. And you should have seen him. He was moving his body, his face lit up. He was having fun. The students were laughing because he's actually very good at it. He's quite a character. That was a completely different student from the other lessons that I saw him in. Here he was. And you know the difference? He felt important. He felt appreciated. His teacher, his teacher was acknowledging him for what he could do. and making him feel appreciated, which is something that many of us forget, also in our relationships, also in our work environment. So that's my little pearl of wisdom for today. Can you think of a situation where maybe somebody just would not cooperate, or a child would just refuse to do what you wanted them to do, but then that little key to make them feel that they're, they're treasured, there's something important, they feel confident, they feel empowered. All right, how did you do it? Share it with me, because I'm going to create a lesson on this next week. All right, take care, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Bye.